Hi everyone, well I filmed this yoga in the cornfield, so a beautiful setting. I hope you enjoy it. It's all about building strength and flow in your body. It's a nice gentle practice, so good if you just want something a little bit slower, or if you're pregnant it's a good one as well. So come and join us. Here we go. So sitting softly in cross-leg position, feel free to move around and breathe in big all the time. A big in-breath brings the arms all the way over the top of your head, and just bringing the hands down into prayer position to plug the thumbs into your chest. A few big in-breaths through the nose and long sighs out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and a long sigh out through the mouth. Nice and easy and steady with breathing. And then just coming into an all fours position, however you want to get there, just take your time and exploring through your back, rounding, letting your tummy go, rounding. So into the cat and cow stretch then. So pressing your hands and knees down and exhale to round through the back, suck your tummy button up towards the spine. Be gentle if you are pregnant. Try not to tense that area too much in the torso. Just using your common sense here really. As you let the tummy go, that can feel quite nice, a nice curve in the spine. And then rounding through the back, separating the vertebrae. And a few more at your own pace, just using the breath. Eventually floating up and back into downward facing dog. However's good for you to get there. Soften the elbows if you need to. Spread through the fingers and really lengthen through the spine. A big in-breath lifts the heels, and exhale lowers them. And a few more times, breathing in to lift the heels and exhale to soften them back down. And eventually just a nice easy stroll to the top of the mat. And just let your hands crawl a little bit further in front of the feet for a forward bend. Let the head and neck go, soften the knees. Nice big breaths as you sway from side to side. And then we're just going to roll notch by notch softly all the way up into standing. Breathing in to open, exhale to soften. So we breathe in a couple more times all the way up and exhale to soften back down. Nice and simple. Up we go on the in-breath and exhale all the way back down. And plant the palms down on the mat to step your left foot all the way back. So the back knee touches the ground. And maybe a little twist here. We just want to get into the hips, but be kind to yourself, don't push too hard. Maybe the arms come over the top of the head, maybe not, maybe they stay down. And then into a runner's pose, lifting the front toes, and explore. Go to one side of the leg, maybe go to the other side of the leg, just feeling that length and softening before lifting the back knee and just folding over that front leg. So just getting your balance here. As you bend the front leg to breathe in all the way up into a high lunge and exhale and soften. This needs a bit of focus, just breathing in, lifting all the way up. And then we just open out into a nice easy warrior two. We breathe in to lengthen, exhale to soften back down. Breathe in to tip back, maybe the front leg lengthens, and come all the way over into an extended side stretch where we open up, really opening through the torso before meeting back in downward facing dog. So even everything out, soften, move how it feels good to move before coming to the front of the mat, unravelling all the way up and exhale to soften back down. So this time your right foot goes all the way out behind you. So we're in this lunge, this crescent moon here. Feel free to lift the arms if that feels good, or keep them down by your side if that's better. Opening through the chest. And coming into a nice easy runner's pose here, lengthening over that front leg. Have a play with going to one side with the hands and then the other if that feels good for you. And maybe lifting the back knee too now to lengthen all the way over that front leg, but the back leg lengthens too. And again, explore. There's no rules here as we breathe in to lengthen into a high lunge and exhale to soften. And again, breathing in, up we go. And exhale back down. Good, and then we just meet back in downward facing dog where we move around, the hips might sway, the elbows might bend, whatever's good for you, but the right leg goes out behind you now into a soft downward dog split. So we breathe in, lengthen, exhale and soften, keep moving around through that hip, opening and breathing deeply, creating lots of space before bringing the foot all the way through. The back heel turns in for warrior one, the shoulders square, the hips square, and we just float around here, explore here. The arms can come down, maybe interlacing the fingers behind the lower back. To exhale and come all the way forwards on the inside of that front leg, lifting the arms. And then just bringing the hands down on the inside of the front foot, allow the back knee to touch the ground. Maybe a little twist here, maybe just exploring swaying from side to side. And then easing the foot all the way over to the left-hand side of the mat for pigeon pose. Staying in half pigeon in this upright position with the chest if you want to, or maybe coming down into the full extension of pigeon. You can even float from side to side, that can feel quite nice, so moving the hands to one side and then the other if that's good for you. But sometimes it's nice just to stay still and take some breaths, softening through the hip, the piriformis, the psoas muscle, all the muscles that work so hard for us every day. Just getting nice and soft and keeping them healthy. So we bring the back leg round then, the back foot round, and we stack the legs. Try and get the foot somewhere near the knee. We're just stacking the legs here, and it's a great one for the hips. Maybe lean back, maybe come forwards, maybe move side to side. If it doesn't work on your legs, you can always lengthen one leg out or sit in a cross-legged position. And then all the way back into that pigeon pose, just working through those steps again, and then back into downward facing dog. This time the left leg lifts into down dog split. Breathing in, lengthen, exhale to soften that leg. Breathing in and lengthening the leg, and exhale and just soften. And a couple more, breathing in to lengthen, and exhale to soften back down and bring the foot all the way through. The back heel turns in. We're in warrior one, facing forwards with the upper body, moving around though, softening, interlacing the fingers behind the lower back to exhale and come forwards on the inside of that front leg, lifting the arms, squeezing the shoulders. So into the runner's lunge, the back knee meets the ground. The hands are on the inside of the front foot. Maybe a twist, maybe you just linger, maybe you come down onto your forearms. But eventually moving the foot to the opposite side of the mat for pigeon pose. Stay here in an upright position if that's good for you. Lift the arms, explore, twist, or maybe come down into full extension of pigeon. Maybe have a float from side to side. Even in this low position, it can feel really nice through the hip. Just see what feels good for you, just exploring, knowing that it doesn't have to look like anything, just moving around. And eventually that back leg comes round and we stack the legs again. So we try and get the right foot on the left knee. Again, if this doesn't work for you, if there's any pain, just lengthen one leg out. Or maybe sit in a cross-legged easy pose and open through the chest, leaning back. Just nice and simple. Make it easy for yourself. Back into pigeon then, unravelling, and then downward facing dog, where we take an easy stroll to the front of the mat, separate the feet for a nice squat position, resting the arms on the inside of the knees, and then coming all the way down into a seated position where we take a big in-breath, reaching high, and a long sigh out through the mouth. Enjoy your day.